the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, this team is just confounding. I mean, this is a hard team to rebuild. Last year, I tried to rebuild this team multiple times. Took me forever. Basically, a realistic rebuild of the Lakers is trying to compete this one last season or two with LeBron James on the roster while also tooling it to be good with Anthony Davis going forward. Kind of an impossible two-team timeline we got going on. Our goal this video is to win LeBron one last championship while also putting the Lakers in a position to win another championship. The current roster, obviously I love LeBron, I love Anthony Davis, I love Austin Reeves. I believe in this threesome. I'd have one with it. But I don't like the perimeter defense situation on this team is bad. D'Angelo Russell, I feel like the idea of D'Angelo Russell on this team is amazing. The reality of it, not so much. He's very lackadaisical on defense. Sometimes just too many bad shots off the dribble. I mean, Rui Hachimura is another guy I don't quite understand. I like Rui. I like his closeout attacking, but this team always gets their behinds eaten alive by the Denver Nuggets, and it feels like 6'8", 230 pounds. He should be doing a better job on Aaron Gordon. I don't know, man. I think it's weird. So let's do some pruning. First thing I want to do, I want to try to see if we can get a better, like defensive player at this point guard spot. D'Anthony Melton, he's a pretty good defensive guard. I feel like we could maybe make something work here. Would the Warriors want D'Angelo Russell back? I don't know. Melton is also a bit younger, only on a one-year deal. I'm gonna see if the Warriors will throw me a second-round pick. I just got to try to build up some draft capital. All right, yeah, they don't want to do that trade. I don't blame them. They'll do this permutation of it where we pick up Anderson, whose contract I hate. I hate that contract, but I feel like in the short term for LeBron James, because we got to compete while LeBron's here, let's make this trade to get a better defensive player at the one spot. I'm going to send LeBron James Jr. to the South Bay Lakers. Jalen Hood Schifino. This guy is terrible. Yeah, he's not very good. Gabe Vincent also, I love this dude on the Heat in that playoff run, but he cannot make an open shot. This guy is one of the worst shooters I've seen play regular season minutes for an NBA team, and I hate to say it because he's actually a really nice guy. I had the pleasure of meeting him, but getting him off the Lakers, man, he's been bad for the Lakers. The Pistons will just unload it for 2 seconds. I don't mind that. Just picking up draft capital because we got really like none. We got no draft capital, bro. We got 3 second rounders this year and then a first rounder next year. It's not looking good. All right, I'm going to simulate until January 31st. We're going to be playing a bit slow, focusing on getting to the basket, and we're off to a hot start like the Lakers were in real life. They have a soft part of the schedule right about here. We're going Raptors, Grizzlies, Spurs, Pels, Jazz. Easy stretch. We lost 2 of those games, of course. We just lost to the Magic. But overall, we're off to a decent start here in this LeBron James, presumably final season. All right, we are an impressive 37-11 during this stretch. We did lose to the Mavericks. We lost to the Sixers. We are the #1 team in the West. So big thing for us right now is we're kind of mid when some of our deeper bench guys are playing. Also, Austin Reeves, sneakily not one of our better players right now. Not shooting the ball well from 3, but he's not attempting that many shots per game, so it's not a big deal. I would love to find a way to actually get some sort of backup big. So I'm wondering if I can like maybe package Jackson Hayes and let some other team take a flyer on Hood Schifino and Maxwell Lewis. We're going for like a marginal upgrade here. I'm trying to keep the trade somewhat realistic. I don't think the Celtics are going to trade Al Horford, unfortunately for us, and I don't think the Knicks are going to trade Mitchell Robinson. Steven Adams, I do think is a decent upgrade, but I don't want to give up a first-round pick. That's crazy. Let's try to just take that out of there. I'm just going to take that first-round pick out, see what happens. They agreed. Okay, they tried to finesse me. Can't finesse me. All right, so now I got Steven Adams on the bench. Right now, I'm at a 10-man rotation. Kyle Anderson, I guess he's going to play. The thing is, I don't really want to have that Kyle Anderson salary on my books because if LeBron retires, we're actually going to find ourselves with almost 30 million in cap space. That's pretty good, man. Now we're going to have to re-sign D'Anthony Melton, but I don't know. I'm going to try to see if I can package that unprotected future first with Kyle Anderson because I know this actually has a lot of value. This is kind of like our last big super valuable asset around the NBA is these unprotected future Laker picks. But man, people don't want to give me anything for that. Corey Kispert is interesting on a cost-controlled contract. Really not bad, man. How you playing, Corey? How are you playing? Shooting the ball well from 3, shooting the ball. Kind of like the thought of bringing Kispert here. I like him better than Anderson, but I just don't want to give up that first. All right, the Steven Adams trade's all we're going to do. We're going to simulate to the end of the regular season. Hopefully we keep our 1 seed, but we'll see what happens. All right, Luka wins the MVP. Only a 24-point triple-double. Down year for Luka MVP. We got Coach of the Year with JJ Redick, 62 and 20. That's pretty good, man. But we had no players on the All-NBA teams, any of them. Dalton Connect, all-rookie first team, no, 16 points a game. I like to see that. OKC was the 8th seed? What? How the fudge was OKC? This team is awesome. All right, I don't know how this OKC team is the 8th seed. That's a little ridiculous. Melton, I hope you don't die guarding Shea, because you might. You might die guarding Shea. I don't love this matchup for us, to be honest. OKC is really good. I don't understand how they're an 8th seed. They're up 2-1 on us. 2-2. I mean, this is a tough series, man. OKC in the first round. How did they end up here? It's going to a game 7. All right, in a game 7, yeah, I'm going to go to an 8-man rotation. I got to get Kyle Anderson out of there. All right, game 7. Here we go. Oh, man, I'm a little nervous. But we destroyed them in the first quarter. They came back in that second quarter. It's a tight game. Looks like we're pulling. I'm jumping in. Oh, dude, I don't want to jump in. I haven't actually played the game in for a while. I'm on defense. This is not good. This is not good. This is not good. Why is Reeves guarding him? Why is Reeves guard? I'm playing off ball, bro. I don't care. I don't care, bro. I don't care. That's Shea. No. We have no timeouts. Fudge. Oh my God, Vanderbilt with the buzzer beater. That was a miracle. Holy sh! I'll take it. LeBron James, 27 and 10. Moving on. I honestly don't even want to think back on this, bro. No, seriously though, how was OKC a number 8 seed? They went 40 and 42. That's insane, dude. All right, we've got the Thunder. They got Trae Jones, Devin Vassell. This is just the normal Thunder team. Let's see how we do against this team. We beat them in game 1, 2. I mean, they're just too young. They're too young. This is the series I was afraid of. The Dallas Mavericks. Luka Doncic. I mean, it's the normal Mavs. They're scary, man. They're scary. The problem is we don't have a good answer for Doncic at all. We really don't. All right, for some reason, every time I make a team-specific game plan, my minutes are glitching out like crazy, and I don't know why. I feel like I've seen a lot of clips of Luka torching LeBron the last 2 years, but I honestly can't think of who would be a better person to guard him with. Melton on Kyrie. Reeves has got to guard Clay. All right, I mean, this is going to be a tough series. Knowing Luka Doncic, it's going to be tough, but we're up 2. We've won through 3 games. This series is super tight. They beat us by 4. We beat them by 1. We beat them by 2. So honestly, they've actually outscored us through 3 games, and now it's 3-1 us, another tight one. And we go to the finals. Got LeBron James versus Tyrese Halliburton. It is the NBA Cup Season 1 rematch in the NBA Finals. And we all know how that went. The Pacers just do not really have the size to compete with Anthony Davis, but they have since traded for Pascal Siakam. I feel like the Pacers perimeter players are pretty solid here. I honestly think maybe a tougher matchup for us than some of the other teams guarding this offense. So we're going to go to that 9-man rotation again. We don't need 10 guys against this team. Bro, this DeAnthony Melton trade was a game changer. Here we go. The Pacers, game 1. We take game 1 in an absolute blowout. I mean, that's the thing. I don't really think the Pacers have a really good answer for Anthony Davis. We sweep them. We win the finals. LeBron James wins finals MVP with only 16 points per game. Anthony Davis averaged 22 points per game, almost 10 rebounds. I honestly feel like, well, LeBron almost averaged a triple-double, but still, I feel like Anthony Davis was kind of more of our hard carry there. But all right, we're going to send LeBron off into the sunset with a championship. LeBron does retire, and I feel like the team is kind of in a decent position to contend without LeBron. Kind of. We got super lucky that we beat the Thunder, I'm not going to lie. All right, so we've completed the first part of our goal list. Now we need to figure out how we can build this team further with Anthony Davis. Obviously, LeBron James, super important for the team. He was our finals MVP, but he wasn't our leading scorer. Honestly, Anthony Davis is the best player on the Lakers in the calendar year of 2024, so we can't be too worried. All right, I'm going to draft this guy, Canaan Catchings, so hopefully he develops pretty quickly. These second-year guys are super cheap, which is what's nice about them. All right, so in this free agency, unfortunately, Steven Adams, he's probably going to decline too much to bring back. Really, we just need to re-sign DeAnthony Melton or make a play for a big free agent. Now, I can offer about $26 million, but let's see if I can try to clear some of this Kyle Anderson salary out first. I mean, in a world where I won the finals with Kyle Anderson playing actually like 15 minutes a game, we would have a lot of value as a role player. I think a lot of teams would be interested in him. So I'm going to pick up salary to take on Mitchell Robinson, and I got to give up a first. You know what? I honestly think it's worth it. Having a really good quality backup big, I truly do think is worth it. Or a starting big. So I want to bring Dennis Schroeder back to the Lakers. I feel like this guy was awesome for the Lakers, but he's too expensive. I would love to get involved in this Jimmy Butler sweepstakes, but I don't think it's going to happen. It's just, I don't know. He's actually not getting great offers from any other team. I might throw a little thing at Jimmy. 1 year, $22 million, no trade clause, Jimmy. He's insulted, but it was the best offer. Again, Lonzo Ball is another guy I want to bring on to this team, but I don't love the contract, $22 million. So I'm going to do a little team option 1+1, see how it works out with Lonzo. He signed with the Bulls. All right, so I'm going to try to bring back our man, DeAnthony Melton. He was good for us. No reason not to. We'll do a 3+1 with a team option on it. I'm going to bring in Nick Richards too. I'm going to try to. So Nick Richards and DeAnthony Melton are coming to my team. At this point, I'm just trying to see if there's any young players we could maybe get somehow. I mean, we're going to have to really win on the margins in this rebuild without LeBron James. All right, I'm going to try to sign this City Cisco guy from the G League. A little 3-year deal. He's 21 years old, 71 overall. I don't know if we're going to get anywhere with him, but maybe. So AD definitely got a bit worse. Connect is better. I mean, Connect is our second best player with Reeves. I don't love this 3-headed monster we have right now of Connect, Reeves, and Davis. We're going to need to find a way to get more scoring. In this upcoming free agent class, we've got Luka Doncic. We've got a restricted Victor Wembanyama. We've got Kevin Durant, an unrestricted De'Aaron Fox. A lot of these guys are going to be restricted. Some of them not so much. I feel like the Lakers post-LeBron play is going to be realistically going to be bottoming out the salary to be players in this free agency class, but that's not how we've built the team. As of right now, I've got Austin Reeves, DeAnthony Melton, Dalton Connect, Anthony Davis at the 4 now, Mitchell Robinson at the 5. I feel like we're going to have to play this double big. We're not going to get enough offense, so we have to maximize defense. Off the bench, I got Rui, Richards, and Vanderbilt. I feel like we probably need a proper guard off the bench. I feel like ultimately, we all know this lineup. I probably could be a pretty good regular season team with this team. Like the Lakers 2 years ago, LeBron missed a bunch of the second half of the season, and they actually had a really good record with Reeves and Davis running the show. We all know that's not a championship team. Now, I have a LeBron James on the team, but he's a 72 overall. I think if Bronny can find his jump shot, there's a small chance he's actually like an NBA rotation player, but we have not seen that man find his jump shot at all so far, so let's not even try to think about that. Let's simulate until the 1st of February. See how the team is the first kind of 3-4 months of the season. I know we're going to be a defensive juggernaut, but I don't know if our offense is going to be good enough to carry the water here. All right, we are 30-18, 5th in the conference. Honestly, we're not that far behind the top teams. We're really not that far behind. DeAnthony Melton is shooting the ball absolutely terribly for us this year. Holy cow, bro. This is bad. 32% field goal. All right, the goal really is to get another star player with Anthony Davis without having to give up any one of these top 6. DeAnthony Melton just not playing well. Vanderbilt don't really need on this defense first team because we just got so many bigs. No, but those are my best 2 perimeter defenders, Vanderbilt and Melton. Damn. I don't know who we move on from. Let's see what the trade market is for like our big package. If we trade Rui, Jared, and Max Christie, we get offered Zubac and Michael Porter Jr. So we are slated to have a lot of salary cap space next year, like 30 million cap space if we bring everybody back. The only guy I don't really want to bring back is Melton, just the way he's playing. I think this season we just gonna have to accept we're not gonna win the championship. We're not gonna tank. This is kind of it is what it is season. We gotta really hope we can make some moves in the off season. I hate to waste one of Anthony Davis's better years, because obviously he's going to keep getting, a little worse with age, but it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. I just don't know what the move is that really makes sense. We're not going to be able to trade for a star without giving up Dalton Connect. And I feel like we can't really give him up given the contract he's on, the financial situation we're in. We're just in a tough spot in this post-LeBron era. Well, Wemby wins MVP in his 3rd season. Now, Anthony Davis didn't make an All-NBA team. It's a little disappointing, but we were the number 4 seed in spite of everything that's happened. So let's see if we can beat the Spurs here in round 1. They had the MVP. It didn't matter. We beat them 4-2. I mean, we're still a 4 seed. We're not bad. All right, we've got the T-Wolves here, and they have downsized. They have lost Rudy Gobert, so we could really beat this team up on the boards. Is that a strategy? Is that going to be enough for us to beat the Timberwolves and Anthony Davis? And Anthony, is that enough for us to beat the other Anthony Edwards? I don't know. It was. 4-1. We're back in the conference finals in a year I really didn't see it for us. Now, the Mavs brought back Grant Williams. They still have Klay Thompson. The problem is I don't have Luka anymore, man. I don't know how this is gonna go. Or I don't have LeBron James anymore. I'm gonna simulate the first 2 games, see how they go. They beat us in game 1. We beat them in game 2. We beat them in game 3. Hold on. We beat them in game 4. Hold on. They beat us in game 5. Oh my God, we're in the NBA Finals. Anthony Davis averaged 16 points a game. How did we beat this Mavericks team? Austin Reeves 25, Anthony Davis 20. Melton just not good shooting, 1 of 7 from 3. Doncic 33 points. I mean, how did we win? I'm not gonna question it. It is gonna make LeBron's last ring on this team look like it didn't matter. And we're up 1-0 against the Knicks. Up 2-0 against the Knicks. 3-0 against the Knicks. Yes. And we sweep. Wow. Okay. 13 points per game. Now, I will caveat. I have this team basically playing super slow on offense and like focusing on ball control because we're 2 bigs. I want it to be low scoring. I don't see how we're ever going to win anything. You know, this is just me maximizing. I didn't think we were going to win the title. Honestly, I feel like it's a little upsetting when we win the title in a year like this, in a rebuild like this, because it's just so unrealistic. But let's pretend maybe I didn't. I don't know. So we have the 30th pick in the draft. I got trade offers for this pick. And unprotected firsts and following years are good. I'm going to do this Suns draft pick swap in 29 for my pick in this year's draft. Okay. So Austin Reeves declined his player option. Wow. But it makes sense. He was getting criminally underpaid. Connect, we're going to bring back Cannon Catchings. You know, honestly, I don't need to bring these guys back. They didn't contribute at all. Okay, so here it is. Luka Doncic. We can only offer 51 million. I guess that's not enough for Luka. All right, Max Christie. Sorry, buddy. You're the cap casualty here. So, City Cisco, the guy I signed from the G League. Can I just dump him for draft picks? Why the heck would the Grizzlies want to do this trade? I mean, this opens up cap space for me. I'm going to do that. My unprotected picks are obviously valuable given Anthony Davis's age, but they might not be valuable much longer because I'm throwing the farm at Luka. Come on, Doncic. And Doncic signed with the Clippers over the Lakers. All right, I'm going to make a run at Trae Young and Austin Reeves. Trae Young and Reeves agree to come. Unfortunately, I have to renounce the rights to Rui. All right, 2K did the thing where it let me pretend I could sign Trae Young, and then it didn't let me. So now I'm all sorts of bamboozled because I have 4 players on the roster, and I kind of need to make that Trae Young trade. All right, I'm going to trade Melton for this rookie player from the Nets. So now I got Trae Young. I lost my backup centers in the process, but we've learned this is a somewhat viable team building strategy for us. So I'm going to try to bring in Nurkic. Hopefully Nurkic is okay for us. I know on the Suns, it's a little topsy-turvy at times, but the topsy's worth the turvy. So Anthony Davis took a big step back, but we got Trae Young, we got Connect. We still have Austin Reeves, Vanderbilt, Christie. I mean, losing Rui hurts too. Bronny is a rotation player now, which is nice. Our team's a little weird now. Trae Young, Austin Reeves, Dalton Connect, Jared Vanderbilt, Anthony Davis. Great spacing from the guards and Connect. Vanderbilt, non-shooter. Davis, sometimes shooter. Good defensive front court though, and Vanderbilt is definitely more switchable than we have Davis at power forward. And then, you know, Christie, Nurkic. Bronny 19 minutes a game might be a little bit of a stretch, but I don't necessarily hate where we're at, honestly. I still want us to get to the basket. We can probably play at a more average tempo now. But the thing is, in my effort to get Trae Young, I actually picked up a lot of draft capital. I got some Grizzlies picks. I got this Mavericks Suns swap pick. So I feel like right now the team is actually in a pretty good situation. Let's go to January 1st to see where we're at. All right, we're 22-12. You know, the problem with this lineup, though, with the Reeves, Trae Young backcourt is we just don't have the defense. Dude, Bronny James has 83 perimeter defense. I'm going to trade Jared Vanderbilt and a top 5 protected pick to the Golden State Warriors for Moses Moody. Now, Moody is not a great defensive player. He's kind of average, but I feel like I need that more than I need Austin Reeves there. Now I'm starting that rookie from the Nets. Don't hate it, don't love it. All right, let's see if that helps the team out at all. We're going to go to the trade deadline, see if that improves the team at all, that Moody trade. All right, stop the count. Let's run a pick and roll offense, play at a more average tempo. Gonna switch up our offensive game plan. Still go to the trade deadline, see if it helps. I think our slow tempo defense first approach is not gonna work with our backcourt. All right, so we're 28-23 at the trade deadline. We've been losing a lot of games. Right now, the issue I have is I have got Moses Moody, I've got Austin Reeves, I've got Max Christie, and unironically, I've got Bronny James, who will be a big part of the rotation next year. We got too many guards. We need more bigs. We need more real forwards. Nurk, the 2-year deal, I guess it's okay. We need more size. We need more wings. Like, we don't really have wings. I feel like Christie and Moody are kind of the odd men out in this equation. Reeves is a keeper. Bronny's on such a great contract if he's going to keep progressing. So there's two trades I like. I like this Chris Middleton and Isaac Okoro trade. I feel like, you know, we're getting 2 forwards, this position we need, which will help me a lot. But what I really like is this trade for Taylor Hendricks. The problem is I don't want this Van Vliet contract. It's not terrible, but I just don't really want it on my books. But Hendricks, I feel like will help my bench a lot because it'll move that Stevenson guy to the bench. I guess I can live with Fred and move him in the offseason. I don't know. I feel like this is the trade to make. Post-trade deadline, we got Trae Young, Austin Reeves, Dalton Connect. This is the defensive disaster. This is what we tried to avoid in our first season with the team, but it's what I've built. We got Taylor Hendricks, a spacing 4, and Anthony Davis. Our bench, Fred VanVleet, Nurkic. These two would have been great 3 years ago. We got Bronny James and Jaren Stevenson. So I don't know, man. This is definitely not the season we win the title, but you know what? I said that last year and we actually did it. All right, we went 41 and 41, perfectly 500. Doncic, the MVP, only 21 points per game. And we are the 7th seed going against the Dallas Mavericks. Why is Luka only averaging? Wait, I thought he signed with the Clippers, huh? All right, I mean, we're going to lose this series. There's no way we beat the Mavericks. Yeah, we lose in 6. All right, our final offseason to put the Lakers in a great future position. Mavericks win the finals. Man, imagine if Luka signed with us. That would have been lit. And the Grizzlies got number 5, so we do not get to keep their draft pick, which sucks for us. And we sent our pick to the Jazz. So Anthony Davis actually declined his player option. Dalton Connect, accepting Bronny, accepting Stevenson. So Anthony Davis is out. Obviously, we could try to re-sign AD, but we're the Lakers, and I don't see why we wouldn't star hunt for Giannis. We have a huge amount of cap space because of AD deciding to leave. I'm going to throw everything I can at Giannis. Nikola Jokic is also a free agent. Now, in real life, I don't see Jokic leaving the Nuggets for the Lakers. I do think in a world where Giannis ends up being an unrestricted free agent and isn't signing contract extensions, I could see it. Stephen Curry would be fun, but we already have Trae Young. Kevin Durant, a little 38 years old, a little much. So the hope is Giannis says yes here on day 1, and he does. Let's go! We got Giannis! Let's bring in a center to help this man out. Oh man, I don't like the center options. I know we have Nurk. He's gonna get worse. We're gonna bring in Goga. Goga Bidet. Next order of business. Before I forget, we got to move on from this man, Fred. Now we need shooting guards. Now we're kind of out of shooting guards. Teams want to give me draft picks for Fred. Just want like a bigger guard. All right, we're going to stick with Fred for now. I couldn't find a good trade. I'm sure we'll find one soon. Yep, Fred got worse. Nurk got worse. Reeves got worse. Reeves getting old, man. So ultimately, our rebuild has led to Trae Young at the point guard, Bronny James at the 2 guard. The reason I'm starting him over Reeves is just the defense. Dalton Connect at the 3, Giannis at the 4, Bitazdi at the 5. I mean, we're probably going to be quite a mess of a defensive team, to be honest. This isn't a bad place to be. We got Giannis, we got Trae Young, we've got Dalton Connect, one of the best off the ball closeout attackers. We got a young guard in Bronny who can play defense, a young power forward. We've got aging vets as our supporting cast. Let's give it this one last season, see how this Lakers team can progress. And not to forget that we do actually have future draft capital now. We've got this Grizzlies unprotected, and they just picked 5th in the draft. So, I mean, that's a good pick. We're in a pretty good spot here. Let's go to the trade deadline one last time and see what we can do with it. All right, we're 16 and 21. We're not a very good team. Oh my God, I could do the funniest thing in trade for Anthony Davis and Nick Richards, 2 guys that we had on the team earlier when we won the chip. I don't hate this for us, to be honest. One last run with the boys. I mean, this Trae Young combo is not working. Our pick is not worth that much. I don't really care about it. Let's make that trade. So that trade is nice, because it makes Bitazzi a nice trade piece now that I've got Richards coming off the bench. I could bring DeAnthony Melton back too. The King's all back. I don't know about that one though. Quentin Grimes though with A+ perimeter defense, I do like the sound of. All right, so now I've got Austin Reeves, Quentin Grimes, Dalton Connect, Giannis, and Davis. I think this is a legit championship team. Off the bench, we got Nick Richards, Stevenson, Bronny James, who's developed now, and Fred VanVleet on those last legs. But I will say I did my expansion team rebuild, and this Giannis Davis combo did not work. Granted, it was 1 year further into the future, but I don't know. I do feel like this is a bona fide championship level team. We still have the Grizzlies unprotected pick. They're 19 and 17, so maybe it's not so great, but I still think this team is in a pretty good position to compete for a long time. We've got Giannis locked down. We've got our draft capital back, but let's see if that comes to fruition or not. All right, Doncic MVP again. Giannis, All-NBA second team. So we ended up at 44-38. Not bad considering we had a losing record at one point. And we are going against the Houston Rockets. They've got Reed Shepherd, Amin Thompson, Alperen Şengün, Kem Whitmore. This team can't shoot. I honestly feel like I could see us sweeping this Rockets team. So of course they blow us out. They beat us. We beat them in game 3. We take game 4 in LA. We take game 5, and we win there. All right, we did sweep them, just they won 2 games first. Yeah, I mean, that Rockets team is weird. All right, Minnesota, Dillingham, Mikal Bridges, Anthony Edwards, Randall, and James Wiseman. Man, I'm gonna be honest, man. I like us in this matchup. We're gonna eat this team alive down low. All right, man, I feel like we should beat this team, to be honest. We take game 1, they got game 2, we got 3. Brother, we got 4. Brother, we're going to the conference finals. And brother, we're playing them OKC Thunder once again, brother. They got Shea, they got J-Dub, they got Chetsky. But brother, we got Giannis Antetokounmpo. I ain't afraid of them. This series, honestly, with Shea, I feel like, you know, they always have a chance. They crush us in game 1. They crush us in game 2. We beat them in game 3. We take game 4. We take game 5, and it goes to a game 7. Game 7 situation. Giannis got to play like the whole game. What are you doing in the starting lineup, Bronny? Here we go. Come on. Wow, they walloped us in the first quarter and the second quarter. Just an absolute blowout in game 7. Okay, so we don't win the championship, but I do think this was a successful rebuild of the Lakers, retooling around Giannis and draft picks. Anthony Davis is back on the team. If I was a Laker fan and this is what the team looked like in 2028, I think I'd be pretty happy. And we won a chip with LeBron, without LeBron. So I would consider this a successful rebuild. If you guys enjoyed this video, smash that like button and click up here to watch my Golden State Warriors rebuild. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.